Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age.
So find a comfortable sitting position. Coming into an upright seat on a chair. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Make sure your back is upright and straight. Your knees are just about your heels. And then let's do some foot flexion and extension. Now inhale, stretch your legs forward, pointing your toes towards you, reaching through the heels. Exhale, push the balls down on the ground for a bit. Let's do that again. Stretch both legs forward. Now you're going to so that you can point the toes towards your face and then point the toes just to stretch the ankles here. So inhale, you point the toes. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, flex the toes once again, and exhale so that you can point the toes. Inhale, flex the toes once again. Exhale, point the toes, just giving the stretch to the ankle here. And then gently one more time, and then gently place the feet down on the floor. The next posture you're going to do is ragdoll. So opposite hand grabs the opposite elbow and then let your head just melt down towards the earth. Feeling that nice stretch on your back. And just stay here for a moment. You can shake your head for yes, no, maybe. And just try to use this moment to arrive into your practice. Chair yoga is one of the most adaptive forms of yoga postures that is accessible to most people, if not everyone. And you can do it at the comfort of your home, the comfort of your office. Release the elbows and then let the arms be heavy. Then just walk the feet slightly to hip width distance and then gently unroll, coming back into sitting. Rolling your shoulders up and back. Relax here, coming into easy sit. Now we're going to do revolved chair pose. So bring your hands to your heart center in Anjali Mudra. Lengthen your spine. Lean forward on the exhale, and then so that you can hook the left elbow outside the right knee. Now use the pressure to push the palms against each other and just find a twist, gazing up towards your right shoulder. Feeling that nice twist of the spine in revolved Utkatasana, revolved chair pose. You can stay here. That's one option. Or the other option, you can let your left arm go down towards the floor, right arm towards the sky, and just open your wings and feeling that nice twist here. Staying here for 5 deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Soaking in that sound of nature on the inhale and exhale. And keep twisting even a little bit more. Keep gazing towards the right hand. Others, you can come back into revolved chair. You keep pressing the palms down and then slowly rise up and return to easy sit. Stay here for the exhale for a bit before we switch sides. So revolved chair on the left side. So you bring your hands to your heart center into prayer and then take a twist with an inhale, lifting the chest, and then hook your right elbow outside the left thigh. And then keep pressing those palms as you find a deeper twist as you gaze towards the left shoulder. And then keep rotating your chest, gazing up, inhale and exhale. Inhale once again and exhale. And maybe reach the right hand down and extend the left arm towards the sky as you find a twist here. This actually helps you find the deeper opening, finding that nice twist. Very good posture for the intercostal muscles as you keep rotating your torso towards the back. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale. You can bring your hands back to your heart center. Twist one more time. And then see whether you can gently ease out of the posture by coming back into easy sit. The next posture you're going to do half shoelace. So cross your right leg on top of the left, and so that you can bring that right foot next to the left hip or just the left buttock. Stay upright here for a moment. That's already half shoelace, and you can keep adjusting as much as possible. Now take your left hand so that you can stay here for a bit, otherwise take your left arm above your head, and so that you can bind, taking the right hand behind you, and so that you can catch the left hand behind your back, keeping the left elbow pointing towards the sky above you, keeping your chest straight here for a bit, inhaling and exhaling. This is also a very great shoulder opener as much as you're working the hips. Keep elongating the chest, inhale, and then so that you can lean forward, and so that you can bow forward, kiss your knee, mwah, feeling that nice stretch. So you want to keep hinging forward from the hips, softening your outer hips, and just let your lower back just come. So that you can, that's not necessary for your head to hit the knee, but you can just like let your head just hover over the knee or just stay somewhere halfway there. It's perfectly fine. Remember, less is more in practice. You don't need to really force anything. Otherwise, if you have the interlacing of the fingers, stay with it. If their fingers are not interlacing, it's always perfectly fine to use a rope, or you can get a towel, or you can even grab your shirt. Just make sure that you have that bit of a stretch going on. And then stay here for a few breaths, inhaling, exhale, then slowly rise up and then release the bind on your arms. You can shake them out, shake it out, shake it out. Now twist towards the right side. You can take your right hand to the back of the chair and just find a nice twist here, just to be able to ease out of that particular posture, inhaling and exhaling. So keep finding that nice twist as you revolve, and then feel that stretch going on even as you find that deeper twist. And then exhale, release the twist, and see whether you can come back into easy sit and cross the legs. Good job. Now have shoelace on the other side. So with an inhale, cross your left leg over the right, and then adjust the legs until the knees are on top of each other, trying to bring the left heel next to your right hip or your right buttock. And then try to keep your upper body straight and just try to elongate your chest as you stack the knees on top of each other. Stay here for a moment. Now let's do the same thing on the other side. Extend your right hand towards the sky and see whether you can bring your opposite hand to grab the opposite elbow, and then now you can drop your right hand across your back, and so that you can take the left hand behind you as well, and so that you can interlace the fingers and find an elongated chest here. Stay here with a bind or a twist, feeling that nice stretch on the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen your spine with an inhale. Exhale. Then so that you can start to hinge forward, relaxing your outer hips and lower back. As you hinge forward, you may come for just an inch, or you might bring your head all the way down towards your knees and kiss your knee. Mwah! Stay here for a moment and just relax your forehead there. And just relax here for a bit. Stay for about 5 breaths, inhaling and exhaling. And exhale. One more breath and then gently rise up so that you can release the bind, shake it out. And then let's take a twist towards the other side. So you take your left hand across the back of the chair. Just find a nice gentle twist here. Still feeling that nice stretch on the hip flexors, on the inner thighs. There's some very nice muscles that are getting stretched there. Just stay here for a moment. Feeling that nice release on the upper back. And exhale. One more breath. Empty. Release the twist, coming back to center, and then so that you can find easy seat. So just step your feet down. Now the next posture you're going to do, we are going to do a figure 4 stretch. So bring your right ankle and place it on your left knee, and then so that you can keep your spine straight, and then keep gently pushing the right knee downwards a bit. Now stick your bum out just a bit, and so that you can hinge forward with your upper body just a few inches. So the beauty with this is that it can help you push the right knee slightly lower, and then if you can come all the way down, you can even stretch your hands in front of you and just feel now that nice hip opening happening on the right hip. And then you can even bow forward a little bit more and just let your upper body melt as you were doing earlier. If this is not working or you have an open chair like me, you can always grab the sides of the seat and just let your upper body like melt towards the earth. But you want to keep bringing in this gentle push of the right knee towards the ground underneath you, and let the upper body help the knee go even lower as it stretches that hip. So feel free to stay here, or so that you can move into figure 4 cradle, so that you can carry a baby. So scoop that right foot and so that you can cradle it like a baby. These are very good posture just to prepare for, more advanced postures like the archer's pose. And maybe you can swing that leg from side to side, just be able to give the hip a bit of a stretch. This actually helps you in terms of hip mobility. Keep cradling that foot for a few breaths, just be able to give that hip opening, inhaling and exhaling. And then exhale, gently lower the leg, coming back into easy sit. Let's do figure 4 stretch on the other side. So cross your left ankle over the right thigh, and then the ankle is just outside of the thigh. Flex that foot by pointing the toes. Inhale, elongate the spine, keep your chest straight. Exhale so that you can hinge forward, sticking your bum out a bit, bringing your sternum forward until you feel the stretch on your outer left hip. Maybe you can fold all the way down and just let your hands fall and hang loosely as you feel that nice stretch on the back. Less is more in practice. You can stay here, or you can just let your head completely melt by grabbing the sides of the chair as I'm doing here, and just feel that nice stretch. So again, very good posture just to be able to open the hip flexes without any strain, and just keep your breath going on. So you're inhaling intentionally and exhaling in the same breath. And then let the sternum and your torso be able to push that knee even lower. Just be able to feel that nice hip opening. Maybe stay here or gently rise up and cradle the leg, figure 4 cradle, so you can grab the left foot, scoop it nicely. Try to put your foot on one of the elbows and the knee on the other elbow, and then you can swing that foot from side to side. Twist slowly from one side to the other, just gently trying to swing that foot, just be able to get that bit of stretch going on there. And remember, your breath, it's your most powerful tool right about now, so you want to make sure that you are totally tapping into the full power of your breath. Keep the gentle breaths, inhales and exhales going on. Exhale, lower the leg down, coming back into easy sit. Now, so you can take reverse prayer. So options, this is going to be a bit harsh on the wrist. So the idea is to say that you can bring your hands, opposite hand, opposite elbow. That is one option, where one hand grabs the opposite elbow, and then you can stay here for a bit. The other option would be so that you can do reverse prayer. So you bring your namaste hands behind your back. This instantly stretches the wrists and also opens the shoulder muscles. So figure out what is comfortable for you. I prefer the opposite hand, opposite elbow. Unless I'm maybe practicing Ashtanga yoga, that's when I would actually invoke the opposite prayer. But if you are here, this is fine. You can either keep your chest straight, otherwise you see whether you can fold forward. Keeping the arms behind the back, and see whether you can drop your head down towards your knees and just relax here for a bit. You'll feel some very intense stretch on the wrists, and this is perfectly fine because it actually helps you work on your wrist muscles. That's how we build strong wrists. And just let your head hang loosely as you kiss your knees, or just drop your head even a little bit more. And stay here, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling through the nose and out through the nose. Feeling that nice juicy stretch on the wrists. This is actually how you build strong wrists. And then on the next inhale, rise up. Stay here for a moment, and then so that you can release the hands. Stretch your hands across, and then so that you can make circles with your wrists, just to ease that pressure on the wrists. Now coming to standing, and see that you can take down dog. So make sure the chair is upright, and then you're going to now stretch your hands, and then see that you can rest your hands on the top of the chair, right? And then from here you can see that you can stretch halfway. Hold this stretch for a few breaths, feeling that nice stretch across the back, and then maybe you can lower your hands on the seat of the chair, and then you are creating a down dog there going on. It's almost like the inverted view we normally do when we are doing downward facing dog. Feeling that stretch across the entire back. Keep melting your chest even more towards the thighs, and then maybe walk your hands to the sides of the chair, just to be able to feel that stretch, just giving the wrist also a bit of a stretch here. And then from here, see that you can even lift your head slightly, just a bit, so that you're not overstraining the head. Now inhale, come into halfway lift, and then with an exhale, so that you can melt either just slightly lower, or otherwise so that you can kick your left leg behind, shifting the weight towards the right leg, and then so that you can bring your hands to your heart center, finding warrior 3. Now you can either keep holding to the chair, or you can try your balance there, and so that you can bring your hands to your heart center. So this is a very bit of a challenging balancing posture. So try to keep your head gazing down towards the ground. So you want to lengthen the back of your neck, and just stay here for about 5 breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Then you can either keep holding onto the chair as well, okay? And then gently release your leg down. Now inhale, halfway lift. Now we're going to do the other side. So shift your weight towards the left leg, and then scoop your right leg up, flexing that foot, pointing your toes towards the ground. And then inhale, and then exhaling. So now that your weight is totally shifted towards the left, so you want to find that flexion going on that foot. This also helps square your hips. And then bring your hands either on your heart center, you can keep them on the chair, and then just keep gazing down towards the earth. And just stay here, breathing in and out, challenging your balance. Inhaling and exhaling. Feeling that nice stretch, especially the hamstrings on the standing foot. So even as the floating foot. Inhale once again and exhale. And then gently release your hands to the chair, and then gently drop your right leg down. Stay here for a moment. Now inhale, halfway lift, and then exhale so that you can drop your head slightly down. Now bring your right leg, and then so that you can bring the right leg next to the chair, and then step the left leg a little bit towards the back, and then setting up for warrior 1. Stay here, keep bending the front knee, trying to keep the knee just above the ankle, and then you can either stay here, keep holding onto the chair, or otherwise so that you can gently and readily sweep your hands above your head. Or you can just keep holding onto the top of the chair. It's perfectly fine. Remember, warrior is a very deep lunge, and you want to feel that nice stretch of the hips as you keep bending the front knee down. And stay here for about 5 breaths, making sure that the left leg is firmly pressing the mat down, palms facing each other, and then the shoulders are rotating towards the back. Inhale, exhale. Feeling that nice strength going into the legs as you anchor those legs firmly on the ground, and then gently release your hands back to the chair, and then step that leg back, bringing the legs back together. Good job. Now inhale, halfway lift, and then with an exhale, step the left leg forward, take the right leg maybe further towards the back, and then you want to bend into the front knee, which is the left leg, and then make sure that the right foot is pressing firmly into the earth. And then from here, once you've anchored your balance, so you want to ensure that the heels are pretty much on the same line, or the front heel is aligned to the arch of the back foot. You can grab the top of the chair, or otherwise see whether you can easily sweep your hands to the top, towards the sky rather, above your head. and then keep the front knee slightly bent, just to be able to find that melting of the chest going on there, and then keep sinking the hips slightly lower. So you want to use the weight of the torso to help you sink the hips down towards the ground. And then inhale and exhale, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then gently release your hands down back to the chair, and then step that right foot in, and then bring your feet back together, coming into halfway lift. Stay here for a moment, and then with an exhale, let's go into pyramid posture. Now step your right leg slightly forward and take the left leg slightly back. So you already see my legs are creating that nice pyramid shape. So keep your hands as there, and then you can bend your knees slightly if your hamstrings are too tight. Now inhale, halfway lift. You can either choose to stay here, otherwise say that you can bring even your elbows down to the top of the chair or the seat, and then just let your head melt here, rounding your back completely, and then feeling that nice stretch on both your hamstrings. Stay here for a couple of breaths. So it's a very nice stretch to just help the hamstrings get in a bit of flexibility. As you keep your palms on the chair, or otherwise you can just keep pressing your palms on the top of the seat. Inhale and exhale, and then gently lift up slightly into halfway lift, and then gently close the distance, bringing your feet back together. Now take your right leg back slightly, keeping the front knee, and then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, start bowing forward. You can bring your forearms down, pyramid on the other side. So you can drop your head even completely down at the seat of the chair, and you can always bend your knees slightly if you feel like your hamstrings are tight, and then stay here, and then just completely let your upper body surrender into the top of the chair seat, and then just let your upper body melt down towards the earth, feeling the gravity help you bring it lower towards the ground. The hamstrings are getting the brunt of this stretch, but stay with that sensation. On your last couple of breaths here, inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, and then gently lift up slowly into halfway lift, and then bend your knees slightly, and then bring your feet together. You can stay here on halfway lift a bit, coming into halfway lift for a moment, walking your palms slightly in, and then gently find your way back into easy sit. So come into a comfortable easy sit once again, and then just stay here. Now give yourself a hug, bring your opposite hand to your opposite shoulder, and then just give yourself a hug here. You can drop your head slightly. Inhale, exhale, and then take Shavasana. Relax your hands on your thighs, keeping your spine straight. You can close your eyes here for a moment, or bring your hands to your heart center and just give yourself a hug. Acknowledge your practice. Give your body at least some bit of time to get back to what it was before the practice, and just use this moment to just soak the benefits of the practice in. I acknowledge you for joining me for this practice. Hands to your heart center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. And then we bow down and say Namaste. Thank you so much. Have a lovely one. I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.